Polynomial functions, this is K5, knowledge-based question number 5. Consider the polynomial function f of x equals to x to the power of 4 minus 6x squared. Part A. Determine the x and y intercepts, sketch the graph, and write the interval when f of x is less than 0. Try to do it, it's not a difficult problem at all, and then look into my solution. Here is my solution. Okay, now whenever you are given an equation like this, to sketch a graph, we should actually factor it. Well, before that, let's answer question number A. Determine x and y intercept. Now, how to find x-intercept? X-intercept means what? What is the value of y at x-intercept? Y is 0, right? So at x-intercept, y equals to 0. That means f of x equals to 0, correct? So let's place f of x as 0 and figure out what should be the value of x. X-intercept means you're trying to find value of x, okay? So f of x equals to 0 equals to, let's solve the equation, x to the power of 4 minus 6x squared. And we can factor out x squared, and we get x squared minus 6 equals to 0. When can this be 0? This can be 0 at x equals to 0 and at x equals to square root of 6. Plus and minus. Don't forget this part. Plus and minus, okay? That is how we get our x-intercept. So part A done for us. Fine, let's do part B. Rather, second part of part A, y-intercept. Y-intercept is where? So what do you see as y-intercept? Y-intercept means x equals to 0. Well, if f equals to 0, then we have trying to find what is f of 0. So y-intercept is f of 0. If I put 0 here, I get 0 minus 0. Okay, it's just 0, right? So y-intercept is origin, 0, 0. Do you see that? Y-intercept is origin. That's what our y-intercept is for this function. Good. Now, let's sketch the graph. Okay. To sketch the graph, what should we do? I think we should factor it and see. We have already done factoring here. So let's see the function in factored form. So we say f of x equals to, we can take x squared common, and we get x squared minus 6 because we took x squared common, we get x squared minus 6. Yes, correct, same thing. It was x4, correct? Now that gives us 2 zeros, but important thing here is type of zeros. When you sketch, we are only not interested in the x-intercepts, but in zeros, the type of zeros, okay? That is going to help us to sketch the graph. Now, what are the zeros for us? So the first 0 is at x equals to 0, right? And what is the order of 0? So we have a 0 at x equals to 0, and the multiplicity or order is 2, correct? X squared. The other zeros are at x equals to minus square root 6 and plus square root 6, and their multiplicity is 1, correct? So what happens at these zeros? Here the graph will turn, right? And here the graph will cross like a line. So that is zeros, right? Now let's try to sketch it. To sketch, let's plot our zeros. So we have a 0 here at 0. At 0, let's say this is minus square root 6. And let's say this is plus square root 6. Then we have to look at two more things. One, what is the degree of the function? Degree you can see is 4, correct? So we say, well, degree is 4. And then leading coefficients. We say leading coefficient is positive, right? Positive means right side up. Is that okay? 4 means both same side. Do you get it? So that helps us to sketch the graph. At -6, it has to cross the line. Here, it will bounce back, and here, it should cross the line. Why? Multiplicity is 1, multiplicity is 2, multiplicity is 1. When 2, it bounces back. And to draw our graph, let's connect them. So that's our function. Do you see that? Can you say something more about this function apart from the things asked for? Of course, one more thing we have to answer. Write the interval when f of x is less than 0. So when do you think it is less than 0? So we have here minus square root 6, right? Here we have a 0. Let me write here. And then we have plus square root 6. Normally these terms are written below the line, right? But this time we'll write them there because I need the space to explain you more things. Correct. Now f of x is less than 0 means here, this side, not equal to 0. I've seen the mistake which people do, that is include the zeros. Don't include zeros, right? So part C, the answer should be, let me write here one more line, okay? So we are trying to now give example for f of x less than 0. So we have this interval which is between minus square root 6 not including to 0 and 0 to square root 6. It's good to use the union sign here, right? Let me use this. Which means and. This and this, okay? That's the interval when f of x is negative. Less than 0 means negative, got it? Do you see this graph has got even symmetry and behavior? As x approaches minus infinity, y approaches positive infinity. As x approaches positive infinity, y approaches positive infinity. It opens upwards. Do you see that? It's an even degree function with leading coefficient positive, and therefore it goes from quadrant 2 to 1, right? And it has even symmetry also. That means you can find that f of minus x is equals to f of x, correct? So these could be part D and E for the same question, okay? I hope you understand this basic polynomial function and its characteristics.